Good morning, everybody. Okay, it is a beautiful morning. It's probably 70 something degrees outside. It hasn't been like this in a long time. We woke up this morning at 5 something and it was in the 60s. So finally we're getting to a point where it's not 80 degrees in the morning or 85 degrees in the morning here in Arizona when we wake up. That's not uncommon in the summer for the lows to be in the mid 80s. So anyway, we'll get to what's going on right now. I am in the shed, as you can see, and I am going to show you what we did on the floor. Now, it's not complete, but I want to show you kind of how this looks right now. Pardon the glare off these doors coming in. The sun's coming in right there. So it is the rubber flooring that finally came in. It is 3/8 of an inch thick. So if you look at this, it is right there. It's 3/8 of an inch. So what this is going to do is this is going to be put down with a carpet tape, a two-sided carpet tape. Now the carpet tape was an alternative to using the glue on the entire floor. And it was kind of a rubber adhesive that you could put down, and to basically put it down, 100% of the square footage would be covered in glue, and then it would be put down that way. And I was reading some people's messages online. They were saying you don't have to do it that way. If it's just a certain section of the floor, yes. But if it's wall to wall like we have here, you can put it down with two-sided carpet tape. That stuff is so sticky, it will not come up, and it weighs so much. These rolls are about 100 pounds a piece, that it's not going to shift. And because it's wall to wall, it's really not going to move around on us at all. So we're going to go and use carpet tape on the perimeter of each piece, cover the seams, and if we need to glue the seams, we can do that. But otherwise, it's going to be glued down with the carpet tape on the edges, and then the baseboard trim is going to hold it down even further. So we should be good. The only thing that we're going to be wondering about are the seams. So I'll show you how this works out. Now this is the best we can do here, is once we get this down and it's glued down or put down with the carpet tape, the seam almost goes away. If you see that, it is pretty nice. So that seam gets pretty tight, if you can see how that works. So right now it looks like it's going up because it's not put down yet. But once it goes down, that seam gets pretty tight, and it's going to be pretty nice. So that is where we are right now. I cut it all to fit. Almost. I got a little bit more trimming to do around the door, but I cut it, most of it is cut to fit, ready to go in, and I'm going to start that process next. Then we get to work on the fireplace and finish that. Then this backyard will be wrapping up. We'll be ready to go for what's coming up in about 2 months. Very exciting stuff happening in our family. So I will be back to you soon. I hope you enjoy watching us put this floor down. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Okay, the time is here. So I'm gonna start putting this floor down with our tape. Let me show you what we got here. We got a double-sided adhesive strip for carpet and vinyl installation. So I got this at Lowe's, and they have the same stuff at Home Depot, or just different brands, but it's effectively the same thing. Now, I've been watching some other people do this, and this is the stuff that they've used, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot. So the drywall in this place has gotten us to a point where we have a lot of just dust and stuff in here. I've cleaned it pretty well, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the floor around the edges where the tape is gonna go down with a wet rag, and just make sure all that powder and all that dust from all the drywall stuff is done, so it's not putting tape over dust and then it won't adhere very well. So that's what I'm gonna get started with first. So these rubber panels are in place. So what I'm gonna do is I just peel them back, do the floor, do half of the piece with rubber tape, and then flop the other side over and finish the process. That's the best way that I think I could do this without having to move these things around. What I don't want to do is have to reposition and get them stuck on the tape if they're in the wrong spot, then have to try to peel them up. So that's kind of where we are. I'm going to get started and see what happens. Oh, and by the way, This is glorious. I'm finally working in the shed. It's almost 100 degrees outside and it's nice in here. I think it's, let's see if it says. It says, well, I've got it set at 68 but it feels like it's in the low 70s in here, and it feels amazing. I'm so happy we have this AC in here now. Anyway, I'm gonna get started. Enjoy. Talk to you. Is down, seems to be holding pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this going. It looks pretty simple to do, so hopefully my seams go where the pieces come together is gonna be nice and tight. That's what I'm hoping for. That will be the key as to whether we can get this stuff to sit super tight. And we'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep going. All right, I'm gonna put you on time lapse so it's not quite as boring for you watching this. Talk to you soon. Guess what we're doing today? We are doing baseboard. Now, what I'm using now, I'm gonna turn the AC on. Hold up. Let's do this. Okay, so I am using a 6-inch, it's a composite board, so it is, let's see here, I bought this from Lowe's, and it is it's an 8 foot by 6 inches, and it has no, I guess, pattern to it. It's just a flat 6-inch board, and I think this is gonna look really nice in here. You can kind of see how it looks right there. We colored the baseboard the same color as the wall, so we used the same paint, so it matches perfectly. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get these things mitered. I've got a couple of little miter cuts already. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of this baseboard today. Shannon said I can get the TV up now, and then we can kind of start turning this into the gym. So without further, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting. And I got my compressor and my nail gun, my little brad nailer. I'm gonna get this stuff put in, and then we can do some finish work, some caulking, and we will be finished up. So here we go. Okay, here we go again. We are back at it. I'm gonna be hanging the TV in the gym today, and what this is a 32-inch TV that we had in the garage in our other gym. Since we're moving the gym out here, we're just gonna move all the stuff. That includes the TV that we had hanging on the wall. So it's just a Samsung 32. I just took the bracket off the wall in the garage and I brought it out here. I held the TV up yesterday night, and Shannon was able to look at it and say exactly kind of where she wanted it and what she didn't want it too high or too low. And because there's gonna be a couch on this side of the shed here, the gym, we want to make sure that it's not too terribly low so you don't hit your head on it when you're sitting on the couch. So I have it marked out where we want to put it, and I'm going to go ahead and get started working on this. So here we go. there's the TV. It's just a little thing, but it's enough to use in a gym. And there's little videos and stuff that we use for of all things, workout videos that we can watch and follow along as we do our stuff. And that's the TV that we use when we do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting this thing up. I've kind of marked it out based on where Shannon wanted it. We did some markings on the wall. I have some wall anchors. We're not going to be able to go into any kind of hard structure. This TV literally weighs just a few pounds. It's not heavy at all. So we're going to be able to move with just some wall anchors and some screws and some washers. Let's go and put this thing in real quick. This is going to be a pretty quick process. Literally, I'll be able to put 4 little tiny wall anchors and screws into this wall, hang this thing on the bracket and plug it in, and we'll be ready to go. So I'm gonna put you down. Let's do this right now. Let's do this live. Here we go. Yep, that is perfect. All right. So what I like to use, literally, these little tiny screw in the wall anchors are what I always go to. And I've already marked these out, so I know where they're gonna go. Literally that easy. Where'd you go? So fast. Plug that baby in, hang this thing up. All right, there we go. So I should be able to turn this thing on now. Let's see if there's a power button. Or whether we just have to use the remote. There we go. There we are. Sweet. All right, we are on and ready to work it out. All right. All ready to work out. It's literally that simple. All right, now we just got to take care of some of these cords and move on to the next project. Thanks for watching. Okay, not everything we did out here was brand new stuff. We have kind of repurposed some of the things, and one of those are the outdoor chairs that we've had for years, and we just keep buying new cushions for them. They're aluminum chairs. They are very nice, actually. We just had to see about maybe reusing these things because we buy new cushions for them every few years because the sun here in Arizona just beats the heck out of everything. So I want to show you what we did with a can of black spray paint, and hopefully it works. So check this out. That is the chair minus the cushion, and it's been painted black. Now you can see where this is a little bit different color. This is more kind of a brownish color, and you can see where it's been painted black. So what I did is I painted these things in hopes of not having to buy new ones. There's where I painted them right there. So if I don't have to buy brand new ones, I don't want to have to. Now I ran out of paint, so there's some spots down there on the rails there that I'm going to have to go buy a new can, and you can kind of see the difference in color there. So they were brown before, now they're black. And once we get new cushions on these things, then we should be able to repurpose these. And all that did was that saved us hundreds of dollars probably in not having to buy brand new chairs. And these chairs sit out in the sun. They sit in front of the fireplace historically, and we're just going to leave them in that area. And they're just going to sit out here in the sun all the time. So see where maybe the black spray paint can bring these things back to life, and hopefully we can get a few more years out of these things without having to spend the money on new ones at this point, because it seems like we've been hemorrhaging money out here, and we just wanted to try to save some. So that is a great way to see about, adding a new chair, make it look a little bit different with a can of black spray paint, and we'll see. So because there's a lot of other black accents obviously with the black trim on the shed and the black chairs on the deck way over there. And then Shannon just bought this cabinet right here for our pool towels and things like that. So that's done. We just added the new lights. So there are quite a few black accents out here already, and that's why we went ahead and tried that. So now we just have to find some cushions that'll work. We found some, I think they were a little bit too thick, so I think we need to go out and try to find some different cushions, see if we can get those in place. Then that part of it will be done, and we can work on something else. So there we go. All right, I will talk to you once we start the next project. Thanks for watching. See ya. Hello. All right, outside in the backyard, working on the shed. Now, the inside of the shed's virtually finished. Let me walk you around a little bit in here, and you can see what I'm talking about. So, we just started moving some stuff in from the garage gym. I put the TV up, as you remember. I finished the baseboards, so those are all finished. Those are all done all the way around, as you remember. I brought this table in. This is an antique table that Shannon liked, and she wanted it in here, so we brought it in. We got the TRX bands in for workout. We got her little bench. We got some weights and stuff, and we're gonna be bringing some other stuff in here, probably a little weight bench. We're gonna bring some more weights. We got a bunch of stuff in the garage gym that we're just gonna be bringing out here as we know we wanna bring it. And then on this wall, underneath the TV, there's gonna be a big couch. So if I get in trouble and have to go to the doghouse, this is where I'm gonna have to come. Anyway, what I need to do today is I need to work on what's called the rake trim. The rake trim is the piece above my head that runs along the front. It wraps around the sides. So the rake trim has been done on the sides for quite some time now. We've just never done the front piece. And the reason for that is because we bought a little bit too little black rake trim. I think we should have bought 5 pieces. We only bought 4. So I had to use one of the old gray pieces, and I had to try to find a spray paint that somewhat matched the side piece that goes here and the verticals that go right here. So I think we're pretty close on the matching. I just need to go over it a couple more times with some spray paint. I'm just gonna do it while it's up there. I'm gonna get it in place, get that finished up, and then we'll be able to assess the color perfectly with the can of spray paint up there. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So have fun watching this. See ya. Howdy y'all. Okay, I am up on the roof, as you can see. I am finishing the rake trim that runs along the front, wrapping around each side of the shed. So this is the last piece of trim that I have to do, and then effectively the trim on this thing will be done. We had some really strong rainstorms, and the side rake trim down here, this piece that runs along the side on both sides, saved me, because those are ultimately holes that lead right into the drywall of this shed. So now the front piece isn't really crucial to keeping rain out. It's more just aesthetics and making it look complete on the outside. So I'm gonna go ahead, I put the corner pieces in already, and I overlapped the side rake trim. Now I just need to put in the ones that are gonna hold the center 10-foot section in. And you know, up here you got some color difference, so check this out. So that is all the same color right here and right here. That one's dirty, that one's pretty clean. And then it wraps around and then it turns gray. Now, the reason it's gray is because we ran out of the rake trim in the black color, so we had to use one of the first ones that we purchased, and it's gray. So we're just gonna be able to, we painted the front side, so the front side pretty much matches the original, and now we're going to go ahead and just leave the top gray. It's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about it, and it kind of matches the actual roof material. So I'm just going to hit these with lap screws to hold these things in on all the high portions of the R panel here, and we're going to go ahead and get this installed. So if I need to address a little bit more with some spray paint, I'll go ahead and do that a little bit later. I just wanted to get this up here so it looks complete. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this started. Have fun watching.